Hey guys, we're here with Chris Whiteside, Design Director for Tron Evolution. How's it going, Chris?
It's going great. It's great to be here. It's great to see all the fans loving the game and the film.
Yeah.
I'm pretty over the moon about everything, really.
We've come a long way from the Tron of the 80s. Tell us a bit about Tron Evolution. This isn't exactly an adaptation of the movie. This is a tie-in. So give people a sense of what the story is in Tron Evolution.
Well, when we kicked off the game, we decided that we wanted to make sure that it wouldn't be a typical kind of movie game. So we sat down with Joe Kosinski and Sean Bailey, who is the director and the exec producer, respectively, and began concepting and kind of like brainstorming the fiction going forward, the art style and so on. And so in that way, you know, the synergy of working with a theatrical group and a games group, to my mind, that's pretty much the first time that it's happened at that level. So for us, we're very much the second part of the trilogy, so much so that really people are only going to realize it to the full extent when they play the game and then watch the film or vice versa. The impact of the story in the product, the impact that it has on the movie is massive in terms of setting up all the main characters, bringing in the new types of programs, and then finally it even impacts on what the Tron universe looks like in the film. So we're an evolution from the 1980s film, and then the movie's an evolution from the game. But there's constant referencing backwards and forwards between the game and the film. The idea behind this cross-pollination of the two medias is just genius. The amount of times I'm sat there watching the film and remembering aspects of the game and how that has made that happen in the movie was just astounding. It's a different type of media experience. It's very, you'll have to wait and see and experience it for yourself. It's very hard to describe.
I understand that you're having voice actors from the movie actually revoice their characters in the game, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. We've got, we're not announcing everyone just yet. We have Olivia Wilde, we've got Bruce, who taking on the part of Tron. All the main characters in the film, all the new ones, their first appearances in our game. And most of them, or I think all of them, are voiced by the people who then voice it in the movie. And that's kind of an exclusive, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll get in trouble.
Another thing that a lot of people are looking forward to in the movies is the music that's being done by Daft Punk. I mean, I'm a big Daft Punk fan, so to know that he's doing the music for the movie, it's amazing. Is the music going to be incorporated in the game?
I'm going to disappoint you here, and I'm going to have to say that basically we're not announcing anything on that just yet.
Okay.
But let's just say that our soundtrack is awesome. Our music has only just gone in, and I'm sat there playing the game now, and it's taken the game experience from me and doubled. It's just doubled it. It's so cool.
How long has the development period been for it?
So just under 2 years. To put it into perspective, obviously, one of the problems with making a game that's attached to a franchise that's going to be a movie, for example, is, especially when it's a prequel, obviously we need to come out before the film does. So we changed our working practices slightly. We basically went heavy in terms of outsourcing. At one point, our team was 240 people strong. There has been a lot of manpower, a hell of a lot of effort go into this game to ensure that every aspect of Tron, in terms of the fans' expectations, is included in the game and more. It was a catch-22 situation. We had to basically do the fans proud and at the same time work super hard to make sure that we get the game up to a really good quality and it has everything that they're looking forward to. It's common sense, right? I think one of the reasons that movie games do reasonably well is because they're sold on the expectation of the movie. They're sold on the fantasy, right? And then they get the game and the quality of the game isn't so good, for example, but they still sell some units. I think that there needs to be an evolution in terms of the way the industry thinks, that if you release a game that's supposed to get the fans really excited about the fantasy of the film that they've just seen, if that game isn't good, then it's going to affect the franchise going forward, not just of the next game, but of the movie as well. And so being from a company that's very forward-thinking and very kind of entrepreneurial in regard to business models, it was very clear from the outset that the game needed to be of such a quality that it wouldn't basically hamper the franchise, it wouldn't cause issues with the franchise. And the guys in theatrical have exactly the same kind of problems that they have to deal with too. We knew right from the outset that we would have to build this game, and the guys would build the film and our relationship with them in a completely new business model in order to ensure that when they came out, we were giving the fans exactly what they wanted and breaking their expectations.
So as a design director, at what point did you say, aha, we've got it?
This game is big, and it's taken a long time to get all the pieces in. And because Tron, if you look at the movie and you dissect it and look at all the kind of gameplay that it purports, that it has in it, to have that feeling of how good it's going to be, you really have to have everything in at once. So the quick answer to your question is simply that we're just there now. It wasn't like a year ago we were sat there going, oh, this is going to be really good. It was really, for me, this week. Basically, we had told the press at E3 that the chances of us having 90-degree turns in multiplayer were very slim. The reason being is that we use a full simulation physics engine for the light cycles, and for anyone in the business, it's kind of a little bit of a hard problem to get the 90-degree turns looking right and working. On Thursday, one of the engineers basically finished his pass on getting the 90-degree turns working. On Friday, we tested it out, and it's absolutely awesome. So that moment for me, when I saw 10 people playing and seeing the 90-degree turns in multiplayer, it was at that point where it felt like it was Tron. It was at that point where I felt that we had hit our goal, and the whole team was just super stoked.
To give us a little info on the online multiplayer.
One of the big things for me for multiplayer is that you can basically purchase the game, go home and play single player and level up to like level 22, get new vehicles, items and so on. When you go into online, you take everything with you and vice versa. So it's got that complete transparency. And then in regard to the modes, we do have modes that are Tron specific only, which that are to do with basically the light trails and so on. We have your standard kind of death matching. We also have capture, basically assault modes where teams of 5 and another team of 5 will try and take out nodes. But the cool thing is that we use the concept of energy in all of our multiplayer games. So you connect nodes to get more power and so on, and it's just pretty badass.
For veteran Tron fans, watch the original movie, play this game, go to see Tron Legacy. Yep. Are there going to be any Easter eggs, shout outs to veteran Tron fans in this new game?
Yeah, there's quite a lot. There's quite a few lines where it references back to the original game. There's also potentially something that we're going to release as an expansion coming out shortly after the game, which people are going to absolutely adore. Let's just say it's referential of Discs of Tron and the first games that came out. It's not an Easter egg, but in terms of the storyline of the game, everything that the film is about gets set up in our game. Okay. And so it's not an Easter egg, but it's really, really important. Yeah, so we do have Easter eggs, basically.
Wicked.
Cool.
Going crazy on it. Chris, thank you so much. Tell us when the game comes out.
It's coming out holiday this year.
All right.
I can't be more specific than that, I'm afraid.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, dude. It's really good of you.